Welcome back. Have you ever been to a baseball game with 185 errors and 540 left on base? But there were 792 hits and 518 runs. You guessed it, this one went to extra innings, like 253 total. With the help of photographer and editor Randy Schwenker, we give you a look at an historical baseball game played in Sauget. Last weekend, GCS Ballpark hosted Pete Rose, the all-time hits leader. This week, they didn't. But in the 169 years of organized baseball, no public address announcer has ever uttered this sentence.
Our score right now, Team Dino leading Team Lang 267 to 239. And heading in to the 240th.
56 men, some skinny, some not so skinny, but all passionate about the game of baseball and all disregarding their physical well-being.
Pulled it, play it first, just I stretched, he stretched, we all stretched, and then I heard the sound of paper tearing and felt the sound of paper tearing in my arm, and that's 2 days later.
Now why don't you go home and rest?
Because I'm not here for myself.
In addition to setting the Guinness record for the longest game ever played, there was a cause. The Mighty Oaks Heart Foundation, which honors Oaks Ortyl, who was born with a congenital heart defect and died 15 months later in 2012. The foundation was started to help other families who are in a similar situation. Oaks' father, Greg, was a player in this marathon.
Unbelievably humbling to see these guys, 56 guys, commit their weekend and the last 6 months raising money for our cause, and just means the world.
Over $100,000 will be raised for the foundation. It helps with sponsors like Adidas, Dino's Trucking, and Tom Lang. So they sacrificed their bodies and played through injury.
Just pulled my hamstring trying to beat out a double play.
They had more ice around than at a singles bar.
None of the major leaguers would be playing the following day, I'll put it that way.
Players usually played in 6-hour shifts. They couldn't leave the area, so some slept in a cot or on a mattress in an office.
There's lots of RVs out back. Some guys sleep in their cars.
And the food, well, it looked tasty, but not sure if it was too health foodish.
At this point, we'll take whatever we can get. You know, a lot of pizza, actually, there's just a lot of pizza now that I think about it. But
the nutrition worked for pitcher Mike Martin. He's what you call an innings eater. How many innings total for this tournament?
72 innings.
How does the right arm feel?
I'm probably going to throw again. I feel fine.
The ending officially came at 5:09. After 70 hours, 9 minutes, and 24 seconds of continuous baseball, the goal was reached, one that had never been reached before. They did it. And none of these 56 will ever forget what they did this Memorial Day weekend.
I think this is something I'll always look back on. This morning, we had the 3 a.m. shift. We're pulling our stuff out, and I look up, and my wife and kids are at the dugout with coffee and donuts. So.
Oh, this is a lifetime experience. I mean, you play because of good friends, you play for a good cause, and, you know, it's 4 days over Memorial Day, and all the things going on with Memorial Day is so important. But to do this, to help out families, it's just a great thing for the Mighty Oaks Heart Foundation.
What a group. And let me tell you something about the resolve of these guys. In inning 253, after the record had been broken, they could have eased up. Nope, they were still giving it everything they had, stretching singles into doubles. They were just incredible.
For the love of the game, no question about it.